Good morning and welcome to the Morning Market Call. I'm your host, Julie Kellett, and joining us today we have a special guest, Whitney Johnson. Thanks for being here, Whitney.
Thank you for having me.
Whitney is a BYU alum as well as a successful stock picker, and when she's not picking stocks, she's investing in people through her Dare to Dream program. And today we wanted to talk about your background and how you've come to where you are today. So first off, after graduating from BYU with a degree in music, how did you decide to go into the world of finance, and what was the path that you took?
It's a great question. I don't know that decide is probably a little too flattering for me. What really happened is that I graduated in music. I had moved to New York with my husband who was getting a graduate degree. Someone had to work. It was going to be me. And I knew that I wanted to do something Spanish related because I had been born in Spain and I had served a mission for our church in Latin America, and so that's what really kind of moved me in the direction of finance, but it was very much a discovery-driven process, not deliberate.
Yeah. Sometimes I think life picks us, we don't pick life.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
So what were the biggest obstacles that you faced when you were making this career change and move into the finance world?
Many. One of them was that I didn't have an MBA, so in many ways I lacked the training that I needed or the skills initially, so I had to learn those on the job and work really hard to get them. Another one was sort of a derivative of that, which was lack of confidence. And then the third I would say is that doors tend to not open as easily for women as they do for men. Now, you can turn that disadvantage into an advantage.
Sure.
Many, many, many times I would be in rooms of 20 and 30 people and I'm the only female. So if I want to talk to someone, they're probably going to talk to me.
Yeah.
The way I needed to turn that to my advantage, however, was to be able to, once I actually opened my mouth, sound smart. And as a girl, we tend to have learn to play airhead and not sound smart, and so we have to sort of erase all that programming and say, it's not time to be airhead now. They're talking to me, I've got to sound smart, because if I want to move this business forward, I have to be smart and talk smart.
Be polished and ready to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So do you think those challenges still exist today for people that are coming out of the program now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And looking on the flip side, what were some of the advantages then, or some of the most rewarding experiences you had?
Well, I'll give you a couple. One is a very specific one, which is pertains to what I did on a day-to-day basis. I needed to be able to make a stock call. I was responsible for Merrill Lynch's opinion on a stock, so I needed to learn how to build a financial model, value a company, then have a view on whether the stock was going to go up or down, and from there be able to communicate that view both in writing and speaking. Now, the exciting and real adrenaline surge part of it was once I communicated that view, to see a stock go up or down 5% on my recommendation, that was thrilling.
Yeah.
So that's one piece. I think another is just coming from a very middle-class background, typical, not underprivileged, but not privileged, and throwing myself into the deep end in New York and succeeding. That was exciting. And also reflecting on the fact that I never could have contemplated coming out of BYU that one day I would be speaking to people who are on the Forbes billionaire list, the wealthiest people, most influential people in the world, talking to them, but not just talking to them, having them listen to my opinion.
Yeah.
That's thrilling.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to our viewers today who, like you, will be joining the workforce soon, and specifically to our female viewers?
Very specific piece of advice, which is some skills that women tend to come to naturally are some of the soft skills. Those skills of being able to assess a situation, know what needs to be done, kind of read people, and then make things happen. Those are very important skills. But in order to get a seat at the table, in order to get invited to the playground, you have to have hard skills.
Yeah.
So what I would say to the women that are in the program right now is, if you haven't taken calculus, take it. If you haven't taken accounting, take it. Take corporate finance. Say to yourself, I'm going to get a C. It doesn't matter, because once you do that and you have done it, you will feel more confident, but then you're in a position where you can talk the talk, you can get a seat at the table, you can get on the playground, and then those soft skills that you have make you a force to be reckoned with. So bite the bullet and you can do it.
Great. Well, I think that's great advice for all of us. Thanks so much for being here today, Whitney. We will see you here next time on the Morning Market Call.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Morning Market Call is a production of the Marriott School of Business at Brigham Young University and is made possible by generous donations from Larry Kashjan and Gary Williams. This webcast was produced by Greg Lee, Tim Hart, Julie Kellett, and Jonathan Marucci.